Today's deck profile is an interesting and very off the meta type of profile. You may have tried playing Sukamon in BT11. I played so many variations of this deck trying to figure out a cohesive version to upload to the channel, and while you may have called it the poop deck, I call it the one true king. As always, I go over the card by card choices, why I select specific ratios, and why you may look at other options as well. I don't have all the answers, but I do have a place for you to start. For level 2s, this deck is running EX4 Sunomon. Yes, this is a weird choice, but because you are running several non-black cards that you actually want to draw into, well, Pagumon just bottom decks them instead. While it's my first choice, black currently does not have a great card draw engine. Koromon is locked under Greymon specific cards, while KingEtemon is also locked behind playing Digimon with save in the text. There's literally no good egg for black for this deck at the time, and before you say Doraemon from BT13, you need 4 Digivolution sources to make it work. With which what I have in store with the deck, not really viable. Your level 3s are all chuumon, and for good reason. The new BT13 chuumon on play lets you trash a sukamon or etemon in your hand, to return one card with sukamon in its name from trash to your hand. For its inheritable, it's identical to the BT11 chuumon. Luckily, the evo cost is 0 instead of 1 from your level 2. Hilariously, you can play this out to recover other sukamons, or better yet, manipulate your trash to place certain ones there. BT3 chuumons for generic memory blocking, and the BT11 one for reducing the Digivolution cost by 1 when you go into a Digimon with sukamon in its name. One thing you could try, which I haven't, is Pawn Chessmon for the reboot inheritable. No other substitutions here, but come BT14, oh yeah, it's all coming together. With BT13, Platinum Sukamon makes its debut, and on deletion D-Digivolve 1 on one of your opponent's Digimon. It also maintains the same inheritable as the new Sukamon, able to delete any other Digimon with Sukamon on the board, including your opponent's, to prevent it from being deleted. Needless to say, this Digimon can be obnoxious. I'm not a fan of BT3 Sukamon, but for now, it's still needed. It plays the chuumon off the top 3 cards on deletion, but frankly come BT14 I will abandon this Digimon for the fact that I need cards in the trash. And BT11 Sukamon at 4 to add a chuumon, sukamon or etemon Digimon to hand, but trashing the rest. BT11 is in some ways an upgrade of BT3. Your level 5s are where things get a little interesting. Etemon for not just the blocker factor, but on deletion, if you have a level 6 Digimon with Etemon in its name among the top 5 cards of your deck, you get to play it. This is one way to cheat out the king himself without having to Digivolve. While you could run 4, playtesting with one BT13 Kingsukamon has been nice to swarm the board with what you draw off or add off your searchers. And even more so, you get to add more Sukamon targets to your trash. But the mandatory 4 of is Kingsukamon from BT11. The other king of this deck that lets you turn one of your opponent's Digimon into a Sukamon if they have 16 or more cards in their trash, or you have 3 or more cards with Sukamon in their name in your trash. When attacking for each other Digimon with Sukamon in its name in play, this Digimon gets Security Attack +1. The best part with a lot of your Sukamon inheritables, you likely also have deletion protection. Unless of course you happen to run into DP reduction. But the one and true king of this deck profile is KingEtemon. This Digimon digivolves from any level 5 Digimon with Etemon or Sukamon in its name for a cost of 4, or 5 if you're throwing him into a random deck. All turns, once per turn, when another Digimon with Etemon or Sukamon is deleted, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3000 DP and gains Security Attack -1. The best part is, your Etemon and Sukamon on your opponent's turn get blocker and can't be returned to the hand or decks, including the main man himself. The other level 6 option is BT11 Metal Etemon to swarm the board with more bodies. The big guns of this deck is going to be Shine Greymon Ruin mode, which can carpet bomb the field with a DP reduction and potentially delete your opponent's Digimon that even turn into Sukamon. But there are other options you could consider, like even Death Xmon. Either way, it's an expensive secret rare slot. If you're wanting to build more for budget, option cards might be the way to go instead for removal. Digidimension, as an example. For option cards though, I presently run 2 Pride Memory Boosts to play pretty much any level 4 or lower Digimon for 4 memory, while setting up a delay for next turn. And the card that may be the hardest part of this deck is Flame Hellscythe. The purple-yellow option card does require both colors, meaning you may be asking, how do I stabilize purple? Tamers, of course. This is primarily to give an opponent's Digimon minus 6000 DP. Then play a Digimon like KingSukamon from trash, which deletes the Digimon considering they drop to 3000 DP while they are minus 6. Again, as I mentioned in the level 7s, there are a slew of options here, I just went with the funniest ones. Tamer-wise, there are a lot of funny Tamer interactions that can occur with this deck. First, Keen and Crier has an on-play effect that your opponent may trash one Tamer card, or option card to prevent you from gaining a memory and drawing one. Additionally, on your opponent's turn, when an effect plays a Digimon, by suspending this Tamer, gain one memory. This effect can resolve if your opponent plays by effect, or you do. Flame Hellscythe or the deletion of any of your Digimon is huge. The other Tamer I run in this build is Ian Mako from EX2. A memory fixer that guarantees me 3 memory, but also when I attack with a Digimon, I can suspend this Tamer to trash the top card. It's not mandatory, but this can be ways for me to fill the trash more. One Tamer I had originally in the build was Izzy Azumi, but unfortunately as you add more cards into the deck that aren't black, the secondary effect won't ever make it a 3-cost Tamer. Honestly, if you wanted to go more this route and avoid the purple altogether, you could just max out your Pride Memory boosts, add more defensive option cards, and swap Shining Ruin mode to Death X. In playtesting, it's a really fun build to play with. Is it meta breaking? Not by any means. But remember, this is Meta Monday. These are the days I go over a deck profile from previous sets. What do you change? What could make it better? In terms of countercards to this deck, Shining has a field day with DP reduction. Mirage can bounce certain elements, but only if KingEtemon is not out. Belphemon would wipe your board constantly. But since the effect only triggers once at the start of your main phase, you do have inheritables like Chuumon that could play itself back out if the Sukamon is deleted. And even better, you may trigger even Sukamon's effects on their deletion. In general, what are elements of this deck that look interesting to you? Which do you want to utilize for others, and where to next? BT13 offers a lot of security elements that can recover and manipulate the top with a security Sukamon or etemon. Or even better, the new option card. I'm excited for BT14, but for now, I'll take what I can get with the one true king in BT13. This is Digi-Panda, logging out.